Hello everyone, let's practice IELTS writing module. Let's begin with task 1. Report writing. The charts below show the percentage of water used for different purposes in 6 areas of the world: North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Central Asia, Southeast Asia, with different proportions for agriculture, industry, and domestic use. Write a report summarizing the information. Write at least 150 words. First, look at 6 pie charts showing how water is used for agriculture, industry, and domestic purposes in different parts of the world: North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Central Asia, and Southeast Asia. Overview. Must say this clearly. Agriculture is the main user of water in South America, Africa, Central Asia, and Southeast Asia. In contrast, industry uses the most water in North America and Europe. Domestic use is always the smallest share, though it is relatively higher in Europe and South America. Here include a few key numbers for each group, not every single percentage. Here is the answer. The charts illustrate how water is consumed for agriculture, industry, and domestic purposes in 6 regions worldwide. Overall, agriculture is the dominant consumer of water in most regions, except for North America and Europe, where industry accounts for the largest share. In Central Asia and Africa, agricultural use is overwhelming, at around 88% and 84% respectively, with very little allocated to industry and households. Southeast Asia also shows a similar trend, though domestic use is slightly higher at 12%. By contrast, in Europe and North America, industry is the main user, accounting for 53% and 48% respectively. Agriculture in these regions is significantly lower, at 32% in Europe and 39% in North America. South America presents a more balanced pattern. Agriculture dominates at 71%, but domestic consumption, at 19%, is noticeably higher than in other regions. In summary, while agriculture remains the largest user of water globally, developed regions allocate more resources to industry compared to developing areas.
Next, task 2. Some people think that the best way to reduce crime is to give longer prison sentences. Others believe there are better alternatives to reducing crime. Discuss both views and give your own opinion. Write at least 250 words. This is a discuss both views and give your opinion question about how to reduce crime. The task asks you to look at 2 different ideas for reducing crime. Longer prison sentences: people who commit crimes stay in prison for more years. Other methods, for example, rehabilitation, education, community programs, better policing, etc. Explain why some people think longer prison terms are the best solution. Explain why others prefer alternative methods. Clearly give your own opinion on which approach is better, or say that a combination is best. Support your ideas with reasons and examples from knowledge or experience. So you are not just choosing one side, you are discussing both sides seriously, then giving your own view. Crime is a major concern in every society, and different approaches are suggested to reduce it. While some argue that imposing longer prison sentences is the most effective solution, others believe alternative methods should be explored. On the one hand, longer prison terms may act as a deterrent. When offenders know that serious crimes could result in decades behind bars, they may think twice before breaking the law. Moreover, dangerous criminals are kept away from society for longer, which reduces the risk of reoffending. For example, many violent offenders are less likely to cause harm if they remain imprisoned. On the other hand, extended prison sentences alone may not address the root causes of crime. Many people commit crimes due to poverty, unemployment, or lack of education. Providing job training, educational opportunities, and rehabilitation programs can help offenders reintegrate into society. Countries like Norway, which focus on rehabilitation rather than punishment, have some of the lowest reoffending rates in the world. In my opinion, while long sentences are necessary for dangerous criminals, they should not be the only solution. Governments should invest in social programs and education to prevent crime at its source. Combining punishment with rehabilitation is more effective in creating a safer society. In conclusion, although longer prison sentences may reduce crime to some extent, alternatives such as education and rehabilitation are essential for long-term solutions.